Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm excited. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Bisola, and I just want to say before we get started in this video, if I sound really loud or I'm extra animated, it's because I have too much coffee in my system. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying in case you're new and you're just like, what's going on? Let's get started. So, as you can tell by the title, I am doing my eyeshadow palettes collection. So it's a bit. I thought I had more, but I don't, which is a good thing because I always want to buy everything. When something comes out, I want to buy it. So I'm gonna start off with the brand I have the most eyeshadow palettes from, and it's Juvia's Place. So this is the chocolates. It's so pretty. Actually, this color right now, this one right here, is what I have on my brows. Just nothing else, just this, and I'm happy. I really like this palette. It's what I have all over my eyes. It's what I used as my liner. The same color I use for my brows is the same one I use for liner. And it's just so good. I feel like these small palettes are good for travel, and I have quite a bit of them. The next one is the violets. And anything that's purple, I love. Every shade, every variation of purple, I love. Purple is my favorite color. And this is the nudes. I've also used this. It's just so nice. Like, I love stuff like this. Like, it's so nice. I mean, a lot of us can't go nowhere, even though people are traveling everywhere right now. Still, COVID is still here and people are going places. But these palettes, I will say, they're really good for travel. And this is the Sweet Pinks. I haven't used this yet, and I don't think I'm gonna use this right now. I'm gonna like save. Ooh, I'm just kidding. I will, because on Instagram, I'm only till the end of October. I'm only gonna be doing Halloween looks, so I'm gonna get use of all my Juvia's Place palettes because they're really pigmented and they have every color I need is in one of these palettes. This is the mauves. This is so pretty. I haven't used this yet. So pretty. I'm trying to zoom through these, y'all. This is the berries. I haven't used this either. I'm actually gonna put this to the side because these colors are like the perfect fall colors. I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna use that. Next is the Nomad. It looks like this. It's so pretty. I used it the other day, like in my last video, the one before this, where I'm showing you guys amazing products or products you should get from Amazon during Amazon Prime Day. You should check that video out after this one. You should do that. This is the palette I used, and it's so pretty. The next is the Zulu palette. And I really like this palette. Any palette that I show you guys, even if it's not from Juvia's Place, if it has purple in it, I have used that palette. Every time I get a new palette, I always use the purple first, or I try to use the purple first, because in eyeshadows, I know for a fact, purple is one of the hardest colors to make or to get right. So every time I get a palette that has purple in it, one, because it's my favorite color, two, I always use it to see what the color payoff is, if it's patchy, if it doesn't last all day, if it's like powdery and it just, once you put it on your eye, it just fades away. So I always use purples first. And I love the color story in this palette. because I see a couple of complementary and split complementary colors. And that's how I usually wear my makeup, and that's how I dress. I've been doing that for like the past year now, even though 2020 is... I'm gonna move on. The next one is the Warrior 3. And like I said, this has purple in it. I've used it a couple of times actually, and I really, really, really like this. I really like this palette. The next one is the Saharan. The Saharan palette. Saharan. And as you can tell by this palette, I use it a lot. It's like, it's so beat up. I use this black a lot. Oh my God, this black, this Chad right here. I use this color a lot. And that is the Saharan. Next one is the Queen palette. And this is the collaboration palette with SOWWY here on YouTube. It's so nice. Now, this is a palette that I like. I'll say it's multi-use. It's just a face palette, so I use it for everything. All of Juvia's Place palettes, I'll say, unless they're like pigmented or unless they say it on the back of the box, they tell you not to use it by the eyes. Unless it's that, I use the palettes. I have them for multi-use. Like I told you guys, I used for my brows and liner. I've been doing like brown liner lately. I don't know what that's about, but I'm gonna go back to black. It's like, I like it, but The next one is the taupes, and this is still part of the mini palettes. I have not used this at all, and I don't know if I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna put it in my kit though for clients that, there's certain clients that have a specific undertone that I like using colors like this for, and it's rare to find colors like these. They're really, really nice. They're like neutral, but on a cooler side. Like there's some brides that just like cool tone, mellow colors like these. I'll show you guys again. So I'm gonna put that to the side so I can put it in my kit. And I think this is my second favorite palette by Juvia's Place. I like all of, actually I take that back. I love all of their palettes, every single one. Every single one of them that I've used so far, I love it. And the ones that I haven't used is just, they're newer and I just haven't been wearing makeup as much. This is the Warrior by Juvia's, duh. That's what we're talking about right now. This fell out the other day. I don't know how, but this, if you don't get, this is another color that I use for the brows a lot. Like if I can't find the other palette, like the chocolates, if it's not close to me, or if I'm traveling and I know I'm not gonna wear too much color, this is the palette. This thing right here is amazing. If you don't get any palettes from Juvia's Place, or you want to start and you're like, where should I start from? This is the one. This right here is so good. It's so good. It's so like, especially if you're not someone that does color, but you still want a little bit of glam to your everyday makeup, or whenever you do wear makeup, this is the palette. This is the one right here. This is this one. This, yep. So good. It's like my second favorite, and I think it's my second most used out of the Juvia's Place palette. These aren't eyeshadow palettes, but they're honorable mentions because, like, I will use them as such, and I have. Is this Saharan Blush Volume 1. Like, let's get real. You and I both know this palette is beautiful. Like, look at this. The beauty. Oh my God, it's like perfect for my skin tone. It is beautiful. I love it. So next is the Saharan Blush Volume 2. It looks like this. Like this also has beautiful colors, but I can see why I haven't used it yet. Like, oh my God, these are so pretty. I haven't used this yet, and this is also another palette I'm gonna put in my kit, because this can double as highlight, eyeshadow, and blushes for bridal. Let me show you guys again. Especially for like my medium or tan to lighter skin tones. Those clients will look good in these colors. Next is the Saharan, I have a lot of Saharan going on. The Saharan 2. This is so beautiful. And as you can tell, I've also used this. It's just, honestly, these two colors together, blended perfectly. Everything, okay. So good. Now this is a newer palette. This is one of their newest palette. This is the Wahala palette. And baby, I hope, what's the color? I hope this color was doing what I needed it to do for you guys. Like when I turn it that way, you see it's a dual chrome color. It's just so pretty. I haven't used it yet. I haven't used a lot of palettes that I've gotten this year, especially from Juvia's Place so far, because it's like, I haven't been wearing enough makeup like that, but I want to wear everything. But I feel like I'm going to get the most use out of my palettes today till Halloween, because after I'm done with this video, I'm going to be an elf. So I need to get, that palette is beautiful. And the last one is the very, very first, oh, that's very coincidental. It's the very first palette that I ever bought from Juvia's Place. Before I even open it, I want you guys to see the outside, how beat up this palette is. Look at this. Beat up, okay? Beat up. I use this crap out of this palette, okay? If it wasn't for, like, look, you see this? If it wasn't for, what's the Warrior, I would have been done with these two, okay? I use this palette so much, and I think because the pans are so wide, I haven't even hit pan on majority of these colors. These are the colors, oh my God. I bought this when I was at IMATS too. This was my very first palette from Juvia's Place. And I would never stop buying Juvia's Place palette. Like, it's just, they're so beautiful. It's never, any of their palettes are never misses. Like, if you want affordable palettes and they're really, really pigmented and they work very well and they don't disappoint, Juvia's Place is the way to go. And they're a Black-owned brand, so you're welcome. Okay, you're welcome. I mean, Juvia's Place is not a new brand for us to not know about. So if you've been thinking about it, do it. I give you permission. So next is Sugar Pill. And I'm gonna cover this. And this is the Burning Heart palette. You can see I've used like Poison Plum and Flame Point the most, and that's these Poison Plum, Flame Point. Like I said, purple is my favorite color. Look at that purple. Oh my God. Sugar Pill knows how to do color, and it's really nice. I've had this since it came out. I also got this from IMATS, and I use it a lot. Next is Bobbi Brown. I'm trying to find something to cover this mirror. Now, I know this palette might not look like anything and it looks boring, but it's not. It's beautiful, and I feel this is also a palette that would be amazing for bridal. I think I may have the first one or maybe this one in my kit. I don't remember. I have a lot of stuff in my kit, and a lot of it is depotted, so I don't remember. But I know Bobbi Brown as a brand is a brand that I love anyway. They never fail me. It's also the concealer that I'm wearing today, so it's beautiful. I love Bobbi Brown. Next is this by Terry face palette. Let me cover the mirror with this so you guys are not like seeing my table. I hope this is not like washing it out, but the color story here is so, oh wow. Yeah, the color story here on this side is so pretty. Let me try to get closer. It's just so pretty. And I haven't used it yet, and I told myself if I don't use it before the end of this year, I'm just gonna put it in my kit and my clients could just enjoy it. This is what it looks like on the outside. Very pretty. And I just love that this has a sleeve, so when you take it out, the fingerprints are gone and it just comes with the cloth. So there's that. And the last single one is Makeup for Melanin Girls eyeshadow palette that they sent me. The cover looks like this. It is so pretty. Pretty. I haven't used it yet. Oh, I lied. I have. I used the yellow one the other day. But like not wow, why can't I speak? I didn't use a lot of it. I just tapped it a little bit, but I can't wait to be able to like use the palette by itself. Okay, let's move on. Next is the Huda, what is this? Emerald Obsessions. I'm trying to find something to like cover this. My finger can cover it. This is also another palette I haven't used yet. But this reminds me of like the color story in here, besides red, this reminds me of Christmas. All these greens, they remind me of Christmas, and it's so pretty. But I don't know why I haven't used it. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna challenge myself. Palettes that I really want to get to use, I'm gonna put them to the side so I can use it either all of these Halloween looks that I have planned or by December 31st. Okay? December 31st, we'll talk about it. We'll revisit this conversation, and if not, I'm gonna give it away. A lot of my makeup I give away because I have siblings and I have a lot of my friends that come over and I give them makeup because I'm just one person. The next is the Lilac Pastels. Pastels? Pastels? How do y'all say it? Pastel. Pastel. Can you even see this? I think this is really pretty, and I have done an eye look. I'm gonna link that up here. So pretty. The only thing with Huda palettes for me and my eyes are really sensitive. Really sensitive. And some of her glitters, if I don't use my fingers, if they like fall into my eye or something, oh my God, my eye gets irritated. I found that hard. I found out about that during a hard way. Oh my God. When I did my Sephora video, I'll also link that here if you guys haven't seen it, on Sephora's YouTube channel. It was the holiday look that I did, and that palette is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. But literally after I came outside from the studio, like my eye was turning red, and I was like I was just tearing up, and it was the glitter, because before that it was great. It was like, it was fine. Just, I would wear her palettes more if they didn't like it. Her mattes are great. The glittery part, so next we're gonna move to the newest thing I bought, and I've used a lot of it, and I will link everything that I'm mentioning, because I probably have made a video about it in here. And this is the Mario palettes. This is the Master Metals. I don't know if it's the coffee or what, but seems like I'm just jumbling my words, but this is beautiful. Oof. Master Metals. This is Master Metallics. This palette, the performance is so great. Check out my video on it. So next is the Master Mattes, and it looks like this. So this palette, I would say, out of like the transition colors, the browns, bone colors, transition, all matte look, this palette is very universal. It's very close to the, let me show you, let me compare. See how there's some colors in here that are, it's like a couple of colors that are similar, but it's just a couple of colors. Here you have multiple colors that you can use. This is good for everybody. I love this, and I like that it's not too warm. It's like neutral. The cool colors are neutral. The warmer colors are also neutral. They're not too, it's just not leaning on the opposite side. And if you've seen that video, my Mario video, you know I love that palette. It looks very boring, but the performance, it's the performance for me. Next, Natasha Denona. I only have two things from Natasha Denona, which is very surprising to me. I don't know why I thought I had like a lot of her palettes. I don't know why I thought that. I'm confused. I confused myself because I love her shit. And I use a lot of it at work on clients. Well, I did. This is the Mini Star palette. I've used this like once or twice. And you know, if you know Natasha Denona's quality of eyeshadow is just the same. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. The next is the bronze palette. Now this, I could not pass up. I just could not pass up buying. And I'm so shocked that I only have this palette besides the mini one. But here, can we talk about the beauty of this palette? And the one thing Natasha Denona has started doing, you see these little dots here? If you're a makeup artist, or if you're someone that prefers to depot their eyeshadows, that's what this is for. You could just use a pin and push it and it comes right off. It's smart. It's smart. It's smart. Especially for someone, if you're someone like me, that eventually I'm probably going to collect a lot of her shadows when I'm done with the ones that are in my kit now, because I don't want to be wasteful. or I'm gonna go through my kit and whatever's dried out and it's not swatching well, I'm just gonna toss it. You gotta do that sometimes. Even in your own makeup collection, you gotta do that sometimes. Next is my favorite brand, period. Hands down, period. Are you even surprised? Pat McGrath, in case you didn't know what I was showing you. I don't want to hold this up because all of the palettes I don't really want to hold up because it's gonna blind you or reflection. Let's try. Yeah, so I got the pink one. Oh, it's not that bad. You see my table. This is the Divine Rose 2, and it's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. The next one is, what's this one? This is Decadence, and I haven't used this yet. I haven't used this yet. And this is, sorry y'all, y'all can see the sins. This is the Star Wars. Oh, it's better this way. Let me open it so you can see. It's beautiful. I haven't used this yet. I don't know why, because I don't know why. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, as you can show. I don't know why I haven't used this yet, but I will. And now I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna use it because I think this is the only, no, I lied. Just kidding, I lied. Next is Bronze Seduction. And it's just regular. And looks like this. I'm like trying to show you guys every angle so you can see what the colors look like. This is the one that I've used the most. I think I want to zoom you in more. It's glorious. It's beautiful. I love this palette. I don't know if you, let me know if you have any of her palettes. Do you experience fallout? Because that's why I kept buying more. After I used this palette, let me tell you a little story. I used this palette the first time, and then there was something, I don't know. It was just, there was some kind of happiness. There's something I felt. I was really, really happy when I was done with my makeup, and I couldn't figure it out. But I know I had a great makeup day that day. I had a great day because my makeup was popping. And I just didn't know what it was. And then the next time I used it, it was like maybe a week or maybe a couple of days later, I had that same feeling and I couldn't understand why. Now, fallout from palettes don't bother me like at all. But I don't know. I think it was just the way this applied with a brush, with everything. It was just amazing. And then I'm just like, I'm gonna keep buying. Eventually I'm gonna have everything that she's made. But right now, this is my favorite palette from her. And then is the Divine Rose 2. It's my second from her, second favorite that I own so far. But this Bronze, oh my God, can I speak? Bronze Seduction. Now, out of every glitter, shimmer things in any palette that I've ever used, these are the ones that don't irritate my eyes at all. I don't know what she does, but I love it. I don't know what it is. I love it. This is the original Divine Rose. I haven't used this one yet. So beautiful. Let me get close. Oh, wow. Pat McGrath palettes are a thing of beauty, and it's also another brand I will not stop buying it. And I just love Pat McGrath. I love the brand. Everything I've used from her so far, I love. And all the other things I own, they're away. They're not eyeshadow palettes, so I don't have it here. I'm thinking about buying the new quads, but I don't know. The colors are not, I don't know. But let me move on. Next is Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina / Norvina. Same thing. So let's start from the tiny one. Here it is. And this is the Mini Pro Pigment Volume 3. I haven't used this either. So transparency purposes, because I can't just be lying. I'm not a liar. And because it's never that serious, there's no Anastasia palette that I own that I've bought. So there's that. This is Volume 2. So cute. I mentioned that because I know a lot of their eyeshadows get hype. And their eyeshadows, the palettes are really, really good, but I just think they're overhyped. But they are really, really good. I hope I didn't just contradict myself. Anywho, the palette I have here that I have not, have I used this? I'm not even sure. Maybe. Oh, this is, nope. Y'all know what this look like. This is the Modern Renaissance. It's like their #1 palette. And this is the one that belongs in my kit. I have one here that's like cracked open. That's my personal one. This goes in my kit. Let me put this to the side. That is the one palette. If I can't trust anything else, which I trust every one of these palettes, I'll trust that because clients know what it looks like. They probably have it in their arsenal at home, or they've heard of it. So when they see it, they're like, oh, I like that brand. I'm like, I got you. I got you, boo. I got you. Next is the Alyssa Edwards. We're doing Anastasia. I don't know why I was about to say the whole thing. I actually really like this palette. I really like it. I've used it quite a bit. I really like it. I like it a lot. The next one, I have not used this yet, and I don't think I'm going to use it anytime soon. I feel like if I had to use a palette very, very, very last in all of my palettes, this is the one I'm going to save for last because it's so gorgeous. And it was a limited edition collaboration. And I'm scared to use it because it's so pretty. It's the Jackie Aina palette. Like, this is so pretty. Like, what? I'm sorry. It's so pretty. I will use it. I'll save the best for last. I mean, it's not the best palette I own, but it's so beautiful. So I don't know when I'm gonna use it. Next is this, which one is this? What volume is this? Volume 1, the Norvina collection palette. It's purple, so it's my favorite color. I'm gonna try to not blind you. If you tell me these colors are not pretty, fight your mother. Fight your friends. This palette is gorgeous, okay? It is beautiful. And that is it for Anastasia, right? Yep, it is. Next is the Makeup Revolution Patricia Bright palette. And this is the, which one is this one? Rich in color. I like it. It's okay. I like it. It gets the job done. That's it. I don't dislike it. Next are my Sephora Pro palettes. Let me just get the honorary mention one out the way. It's the Sephora Pro face palette, and I mentioned this last year in my favorites, and it's still a favorite. Okay, talk about it. Do you see this? I mean, hello? That's all I have to say about this palette. It's my favorite thing right now. I love it. I love it. I love it. Next is the Smoky Jewels. So this is what they all look like on the outside. And I think I have used every single one of these palettes. It's so good. It's so good. I think this is my least, I don't want to say least favorite one because I like all of them, genuinely. I think it's the one I just don't use as much. There's one in here I haven't used at all. So I don't know why I'm acting like this. This is the Editorial 2.0. So good. Like, I feel like every one of these palettes, if it's not for everybody, it'll be for one person. Like, it caters to so many different people, and that's what I really love about it. Oh, okay. This is the one I haven't used yet, and I think this is one of their very first ones. I think I swatched it, but I haven't used it yet. And this is the Warm. I only know it's like the very first ones that they did, because it doesn't have the name on it like the other one does. And the last one is the New Nudes. This is the one I've used the most, actually. They're so pretty. Oh my God, that's it. I'm so happy. That is it. I realized, it just popped in my head, I have like mini palettes somewhere in my drawer. They're too far away. They're not really, I don't use them. I think they're like e.l.f. eyeshadows that I need to toss out because it's been years. These are, besides the ones that I haven't used yet, these are the palettes I reach for when I need to grab something or I have specific looks in mind. I will be a better makeup wearer with the palettes that I haven't used. I put them to the side so I can get the best use out of them. The only ones I know I'm probably not gonna use this month is, nope, let me not say that because you never know. So that is it. Thank you so much. If you're still here, you're appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up this video. Tell me what your favorite palette is in your collection. I would love to know. I would love to know. Or tell me what your favorite brand that makes eyeshadow is. Maybe I don't have it. Maybe I don't. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you in my next video.